Hello, folks. We're live. It's Fandango Friday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Liqueur Reviews. Beverage Ramble is in Georgia with Beverage Ramble. James P. Madonna is in New Jersey with Progressive Discussions. Elbow is in Florida with his own unique approach. And we are going to start off with, well, it's kind of a stupid statement because if it's a unique approach, it is your own unique. You know what I'm saying? It can't be someone else's unique approach. It's either unique or it isn't. Okay, so that was a little bit of redundancy, but I was at the Office of Redundancy office earlier today. So, all right.
And now, Ronald J. Theriot for Fandango Friday.
Hello, everybody. I'm here in high definition now.
Yeah.
Super high definition.
All the playing around is over. And I just want to say, not freezing up. Okay, now, so I have a product tonight. It's called Carolans. Not Carol Ann from like Poltergeist.
Carolan, sweet Carolan.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, so not Carol Ann, but Carolans Irish cream liqueur. Just waiting for it to focus. It was introduced, well, it was developed in 1978, but it wasn't introduced in the British Isles until 1979, and now it's sold all over the world. And the company says it is the second best-selling Irish cream product in the world. Now, the website says they're using Irish whiskey, but the bottle says Irish spirits. Well, I guess a whiskey is a spirit, so, but it's making me think that maybe it's.
Sorry about that.
Maybe it's making me think it's unaged grain spirits rather than whiskey. So I don't know what the. I'm trying to get this damn thing to focus. Excuse my language.
Yeah, it keeps on going in and out. My camera does that too sometimes.
It usually will do it if I agitate it like that.
No, give it.
Well, I'm not going to waste your time.
Give it a more power. Go like this to your webcam.
I'm going to pour it in this little tequila cream glass.
That's the glass I needed for this. I have no shot glasses around here. Damn.
Now, well, I bought this at a. You know where I got this?
Dollar Tree.
No, no. Is that this local thrift store that used to be at the front of my neighborhood, but it got burnt down by an arsonist. True story. So they moved their location about 3 miles away. The arsonist was crazy. They said he liked to set fires, and he even set a dumpster on fire next to the sheriff's office.
A dumpster fire.
So he got caught, of course, because they had video cameras everywhere. All right, now, so I'm going to show you the website.
He wasn't hired by the business that wasn't doing so well?
No, because they were doing well there, so they had no reason to have any special lightning. Now, this thing, this thing has no coloring added, so it's naturally beige. And here's the website. Treat Yourself, Carolans Irish Cream. Now they also make the peanut butter and the salted caramel. But I bought this, the standard original version. It was $11.99. And they claim it's an Irish cream liqueur made with the finest Irish whiskey, farm fresh cream, and the sweetness of natural honey. Now that really sets it apart. The fact that they're adding honey to it instead of sugar. Its unique taste has allowed it to become one of the largest Irish cream brands in the world. It is a unique taste with that honey. I would like to try the peanut butter and the salted caramel eventually. Uh, it's imported by Premium Imports Limited, and it's bottled in Kentucky. It's handled in the United States by Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill takes care of it in the They control
you've been finding a lot of various Irish cream products from different companies. I mean,
what's the difference between this and to me, I'm sure it looks the same. Kahlua,
Kahlua is coffee based.
Okay.
But this is cream based, cream and sweetener, meaning honey in this case. So
both would be great in coffee, obviously.
Oh yeah, I'll give you an example. This morning, on my second cup of coffee, what I did with this stuff is I poured it at the bottom of the coffee cup. Then I poured the coffee on top. There it goes. I poured the coffee on top. Didn't even stir it with a spoon. Just the agitation of the coffee pouring it. Mixed it up, and then I drank it. Oh, I was ready for work. Now, we only talking about that much alcohol. It's not like a lot, but it was so delicious, So I would like to go to Ireland and everything. So yeah, it's really good, and the score is going to be high. I love cream. I love coffee. I love honey. So it's a perfect combination for me. Let's check a few comments while we're at it. There's Jean-Pierre's link for Beverage Ramble.
Hi.
Got his 1,000 subs. There's Carolan. Oh, you say it's pronounced Carolan? Okay.
Carolan. Hey, Ronnie.
Cheers to you, Ronnie. Go get a liqueur in.
I was always a sucker for dairy. Always addicted to dairy.
It was okay. Busch Light Peach was all right for me. It was a good, decent light lager. Nothing to be all excited about.
Yeah, I haven't seen any singles of that, and I actually haven't seen it in any format here. Dairy, I'm addicted to dairy, and it doesn't make me sick. All of a sudden, the last 20 years, everybody started getting sick with dairy. Like nobody ever got sick from dairy when I was growing up, and now everybody's sick from it.
Well, you don't have lactose intolerance. Now they have who has celiacs from gluten, wheat gluten. Who's got this?
Where's this coming from? I mean, it never was a thing before. But anyway, or maybe it was untalked. Maybe people didn't discuss it or something. I don't know. But anyway, now Jean-Pierre has his world famous Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I had to keep saying Members Mark. It's Maker's Mark.
Yeah,
Members Mark is Sam's Club. Walmart. Yes, the world famous Maker's Mark, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So as I said, Jay, James, and Elbow, it's a 375 milliliter. I paid about $17 and change for this size. I was going to ask, do you think did I get fleeced, or I think that's a good price for this size?
What's the price? $20 for that size?
$17.99 plus tax.
Oh, I wasn't too far off.
Yeah, I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah, and of course we all know it runs about at least 45, close to $50 for the big size bottle of it. So, but infamous, world famous Maker's Mark. Of course, it is founded Bill Samuels Sr. simply wanted a whiskey he enjoyed drinking. And really not much else to say. Well, there's a whole story about it on the website. Sweet oak, vanilla, bright fruit, wheat, and all that. Finish is smooth and creamy with a pleasant, soft spice and clean finish. Tastes a sweet balance of oak, vanilla, and fruity essence. 90 proof. So
there's actually a really cheap blended whiskey called T.W. Samuels that was started by his pappy in 1844, and I don't think I have any left, but that's the original. But then Bill Samuels Jr., like you said, started a higher grade whiskey there.
So this is, considered top shelf. This, Knob Creek, Woodford Reserve, or Elijah Craig. These are considered the top of the line style Kentucky straight bourbon. So, and if you want to throw in JD or Evan Williams in there as well, go right ahead. I really wanted to get the Evan Williams. That was my original purchase. Going to be the Evan Williams bonded, the one with the green writing.
Oh yeah,
And when I saw that Maker's Mark, I said, "All right, let me go get this." So
yeah. Now this is handmade by factory machines.
and of course the infamous candle wax, as you can see, what makes this thing really popular. Maybe make this more unique, I would say. And of course how it spells whiskey. You can see the spelling of it. It's not no E in there. So
well, that's actually how the U.S. government spells whiskey. If you check their documents. Hey, Lejean, did you read what it says about this product here on the website?
Hold on, let me go back up in here. Go back up again. Maker's Mark is made of soft red winter wheat instead of the usual rye for a one-of-a kind, full flavored bourbon that's easy to drink. To ensure consistency, we rotate every barrel by hand and age our bourbon to taste, not time. Each and every bottle of Maker's is still hand dipped in our signature red wax at our distillery in Loretto, Kentucky, just like Bill Sr. would have wanted. So.
All right, so there's no age statement. They just age it until they figure it's ready, and then they'll sell it.
Yeah. So if it's like a year, maybe it's 5 months, okay, it's ready. 6 months is ready, or maybe 3 months it's ready. Depends.
No, well, we know that it's at least 4 years old because any whiskey that does not have an age statement on the bottle has to be a minimum of 4 years old. So it's at least 4 years old. Okay.
So we're doing our tastings now. We're going to do it when we come
back.
Go
ahead. Go ahead. I drank mine.
I mean, it's pretty. Again, as it describes, you get that nice the vanilla flavor. You get that aroma of that oak, and it does have that oak feel to it. The fruitiness, I'm not getting that at all. So, but definitely there is some a nice little soft spice to this on the finish. Pretty good. As you all know, I like bourbon. I like rum. I like it nice and neat. No ice, no nothing. Just perfect like this. Like I said, I wish I had my clear rock glass, but I don't know. I think I may know what happened to it. I don't know, but we'll bypass that conversation. But anyway, so they say, mention I see on the side here, iron-free water from our limestone filtered spring-fed lake is rich in calcium and magnesium. This helps the yeast flourish. So, all right, I guess when they're making their products, right, got to have some good clean water, right?
It would help.
Pretty important.
Hey, Budweiser, right? And Anheuser-Busch, good old Mississippi River, good clean
Mississippi River water, yep. But in Kentucky, they have a lot of spring water from the limestone hills and everything.
So, but this is a very popular brand. Again, the only time I had this is going back years ago. I would say 2002. Visiting my folks for a family member came for Thanksgiving and had this, and I took a sip of it. At that point, I was, but not, well, somewhat of light in terms of a spirit drinker, more beer and wine at that time. But
I've never had Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark is pretty good. And so, what? Say it again, Jay.
I've never had it.
Never in your lifetime?
No.
Wow. Okay. Pretty good product. Not too bad. And I'm not going to drink any more of this this weekend. So I'm going to keep it or leave it in the cabinet. So
good idea. Keep it under control.
Yes. That was very unique for them to flavor with honey instead of sugar. That must be really good. Okay. I have the Jagermeister cold brew in the little airline bottle.
You want to hear a quick story?
Yeah.
When I was on the airplane to Alaska, they had those little airplane bottles of different whiskeys and bourbons and gins.
Mm-hmm.
And they had them American Airlines had them for only $10 a bottle.
Oh, a mere $10, huh? Hmm. Yeah, they're on the plane. They don't have airline bottle prices. Anyway, I love the smell. It doesn't smell like cough syrup, that's for sure.
No.
No. Okay, it's what you would expect. Jagermeister is dark. Anyway, but with coffee.
And glass.
Yeah, well, stands out in the glass, especially now that the bikini top wore off. Let me just read what's here. It's violin playing, a great choice for coming together with friends and getting interesting nights started. Yeah. Jagermeister cold brew coffee is the perfect blend of slowly cold brewed Arabica coffee and the 56 botanicals of original Jagermeister. Okay, it's 56. All right. Distinctive aromatic spicy notes lead to a delicious, sweet, and rich finish. I'm sure this will be good in some organic dark roast coffee that I drink. Crafted exclusively with all natural ingredients, every element comes together to create a taste of the unexpected. Not if you see the label, it's not unexpected. All right, and there it is. It's an interesting combination. The many botanicals of Jagermeister.
Yeah, they're very careful about what botanicals are used.
Yeah, and it's a very, I believe the recipe goes back to the Middle Ages, to a monastery in Germany, from what I read one time. But the coffee flavor is not, it's not like low grade like you would from any of the cheap coffee liqueurs. It's a quality coffee flavor in itself. And you're right, 33% alcohol. I like it. I like it better than the standard Jägermeister. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Speaking of spiking beverages, hot beverages, I used to pour the Rumpel mints in the hot cocoa, and it tasted like a York peppermint patty with 50% alcohol in it. So it was pretty good.
I have to try that Rumpel Minsk one day. I know it comes from Germany.
Yeah, 50% alcohol for, and I keep anything that can be kept in the freezer, I keep in the freezer. So if you drink things neat, you drink it neat, then you don't have to worry about ice cubes.
Right. Now, Ed has a product, and unfortunately, I cannot bring up the website because there is no website for it. Why did you like it? Looks like we got 3 winners so far and probably a 4th coming up.
Okay, hey folks, good evening, happy weekend. I got something green. I'm not used to drinking green beverages, but this is a ready-made drink, a Midori sour by the On the Rocks company. And I was looking up Midori. Midori is made by Suntory and over in Japan, or I don't know if it's made there in Japan, but it started there. In fact, the word Midori is Japanese for green. I just found that out today. So give this a try.
I know it's honeydew.
Yeah, they have some kind of melon, 2 different melons they use over there, and they combine them. And anyway, let's pour this out on the rocks.
That looks
Yeah,
nice.
I'll put it in this little liqueur glass so you can see it. And
You put it in the freezer, right, Elbow?
I could. I just had this in the fridge,
Okay.
but I could have kept it in the freezer. Let me try it neat here first.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. Yeah, it's a sour. They call it a Midori sour. It's made with Midori melon liqueur, vodka, and I think a little lemon and lime in it. So yeah, it's interesting flavor. And this is a as Ron noted, it's on top of the limited release. So I guess that's why they don't have it on their website. Maybe they're just testing this, and if it sells, they'll keep it, and if it doesn't sell, they'll just let it go because it's a flavor.
Yeah, they might have just tested it out in Florida, for instance. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. It's tart, and a little sweetness at the same time. It's hard to describe, but from what I looked up Midori, and I guess they started out in Japan, but then back in the day, there's a story. I don't know how true it is, but when Saturday Night Fever was being released, or they had a big party in New York City, maybe for the release, and John Travolta was there. I guess he tried it and he liked it, so it went along with the I don't know, that kind of maybe the times when cocktails in the late 70s, early 80s were all colorful and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's tasty. I mean, I've never had one of these before. Never had Midori before.
I can assure you, I haven't.
20%
But,
ABV. Not bad. It's not bad.
It's a good tasting drink. I like it. So anyway, cheers, guys.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining. I appreciate everybody joining. I was hoping David would join, but he must be busy.
What the?
My favorite fancy cocktails are still from the Polynesian restaurants with the little umbrella sticking out and
Oh,
a chunk of pineapple.
I really enjoyed that Chinese food at that Polynesian themed Chinese restaurant on US Route 1 in New Jersey about 8 years ago.
They closed. I was very saddened by it. Chan's Dragon Inn
Yeah,
was the oldest, and the first Polynesian restaurant built in New Jersey. And I don't know what happened, if it was the pandemic or what, or anyway, they went belly up.
Hey, a lot of things, a lot of people said, see ya, never came back after.
I know, and it was really good. It was
Scandemic.
really scandemic. It was really good. And well, I've been reading about Chinese restaurants going out of business in Louisiana. It's almost always the same story. The owners are elderly, and they can get none of their children or grandchildren to run it, and they don't want it.
Well, not just the restaurants. I knew growing up, I knew a mom and pop pet shop called Robin Pet Shop, and the man originally was the general manager for the owner, and then he died. Mr. Robin died, and John took over. And what happened was, eventually John got old and he died. His sons, the kids don't want to take over a retail business because they, restaurants are, the schedule's even worse. It's brutal. You're always open, 7 days a week, holidays.
Yeah, so that's why one by one they're all disappearing. but we always can go to McDonald's and Burger King. Now, anyway,
White Castle and Popeyes, actually.
I really like Papa. I really like Carolans or Carolans, whatever, however you're supposed to say it. And I would like to try the other variants, especially if I can get them for $11.99 instead of the high price other stores are charging. But I can see why it's been on the market 44 years. The honey, like we were saying, makes it unique and interesting. So I'm going to go with a solid A, 95 out of 100. I really like it. As far as promos, I'll be back tomorrow, God willing, tomorrow morning at dawn with 2 Scotch whiskeys. No use showing those. I got so many Scotch whiskeys. I'm getting so sick of looking at Scotch whiskeys. Drive me nuts. Now, I got so many blends, and I keep getting these deals. I keep saying I'm going to get out, and they keep dragging me back in. And I mean, when I find a full-size bottle of Scotch whiskey for $3.98, that's kind of hard to pass up.
You need a bomb shelter on your property in case more tornadoes touch down in Louisiana.
Yeah, we don't have any cellars here, so we just hope to stay alive, more or less.
Because you don't want your collection of alcoholic beverages to go up in the funnel into the sky.
Oh well, easy come, easy go.
You can't take it with you, so.
No, I would like to drink it though. But anyway, so that's it. Sunday we have a Super Sunday, and I have a bunch of different options for that.
So do I.
That's at 10:30 Eastern. Next Wednesday we have beers from Louisiana, and I've already bought mine.
I won't be here.
Y'all can't join because he puts his family ahead of beer hangouts, which All right, now priorities, folks. And next Friday is another Fandango Friday. We're planning on it, and it just keeps rolling along until we get sick of doing it. Now, what the hell?
Here it comes.
Oh my God, the atrocity that you cannot
Jagermeister, yeah.
Now, if anybody wants to try a really bad Jagermeister, here is one for you.
What is
It's called Sharp, and it means sharp, hot Jagermeister.
Oh, there's cinnamon in it, right?
Well, they don't really tell you what they put in it. It's just like supposed to be spicy hot. But this thing is like it is a bad joke. I mean, I bought it. I could not understand why Matherns had this rather expensive product for only $9.99. Full size bottle. I'm like, I don't know. That seems strange. But I thought for $9.99 I'll buy it. And I was reading about it, and the reviews weren't very good. So I was like, uh-oh. So then I thought, well, I like spicy products. I'll buy it. What the heck? So I bought it, and I tried it. It smells like root beer. I don't know why it would smell like root beer, but it smells like root beer that somebody put cinnamon in it. All right, the taste. Cheers, real fast. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
You said you told me that sarsaparilla is from the sassafras tree a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's toxic. And that's why in 1961 the U.S. government outlawed using sarsaparilla for root beer, and they had to come up with alternatives like vanilla and stuff because they noticed that it was causing people's liver to fail.
Yeah, I know that they mentioned that in the Western movies sometimes as a soft drink. Sarsaparilla
tea, yeah. But now you can still buy pulverized sarsaparilla leaves at the grocery store. They come in little canisters about this big.
Gee.
And it's called filet, F-I-L-E-T, French word filet. And people put it on their gumbo, little powdery, and it thickens up the gumbo. But it's not made for a lot of consumption because, like I say, it's like licorice. Black licorice is toxic.
Yeah.
Cause liver failure.
Too much nutmeg is carcinogenic. If you go overboard on your eggnog with the nutmeg.
Oh, right. So this stuff here does not appeal to me. I do not want to buy Jagermeister that tastes like root beer. I just can't. I cannot get a handle on this flavor. I cannot. It's not spicy hot. I don't know why they're calling it hot. There's nothing hot about it except the alcohol level. So it's a big disappointment. But I'm not the kind of person to buy stuff and dumps it out because I don't like to waste. So I'm gonna drink it, and there'll be some more. What the hell's
Can
coming
you
up
share with
it?
somebody? Can you give it away? You know, say, hey, you want something? Hey, I got something for you. You know,
Give it to some vagabond.
maybe one of your coworkers.
The vagabonds will probably get angry. You know, they'd be like the vagabonds that when I used to work at Taco Bell. The vagabonds would come in Taco Bell and they'd like say, "Hey, lady, can you please give me something to eat? I'm really hungry." And then the manager would say, "You know, we're not allowed to give away free food." "Well, it sure would help me out." And then the manager, she was soft-hearted. She'd say, "Okay, I'll give you 3 tacos and that's it." "Okay." And then listen to this. So she's making the taco. "I would like a little sour cream on it."
You know the buffets in Las Vegas.
"And some tomatoes, if you could put some tomatoes." I'm like, these guys, and they're sitting there customizing it. Okay, what about Las Vegas?
Well, they stopped. They refused to give the soggy leftovers in the buffet to the homeless because one person tried to sue. They got sick over it, and they tried to sue the hotel. So now they I saw it on the news. They give all the mush, the slop to the hogs, to the pig industry.
And they don't complain, and they don't say, where's my sour cream?
Yeah, they say, "Oh, could you put a little tomatillo sauce and some sour cream?" No, they don't. They just they're on seafood diets. They see food and they eat it.
Right. So that used to agitate me to no end, you know.
Yeah, it's like if you gave a homeless person a $5 bill and they said, "Well, you could have gave me 20." It's the same thing.
Right. How dare you give me 5?
All right, sorry about that. So
Boxcar Willie.
Enjoying the stories. Enjoying the stories. So.
I remember Boxcar Willie as the infomercial with Slim Whitman.
Yeah.
The yodeling cowboy.
Okay, Maker's Mark. What I have old school is a gift, folks, and I am digging this. I can see why it's popular, why it costs what it costs to get the big boy bottle. I'm gonna go 95 out of 100.
Oh, very nice.
I think this is a really good. A lot, like I said, I've seen it around a lot. I said, mentioned last time I had was 2002. That's a way back. You know, in almost 20 years now, going at least. So, just a superb product.
And do you think that adding red wheat instead of the rye is helping it, or it's just making it different?
I think it helps it, in my opinion. So
yeah, a lot of people say when you add wheat to bourbon, it softens it.
Yeah, but you look at the ABV, right? I mean, it's 45%, and
I'm not talking about the alcohol level. I'm talking about just the experience of drinking it. Some people say it makes it softer instead of bitey or whatever, you know.
Yeah, which is maybe in a way, you know, kind of good, keeping it, you know, make it a little bit softer, you know, for some folks. So, but I think it's very enjoyable. But
what about promos or
yeah, I remember a story. John Boehner, the former Speaker of the House, he was having a group of friends of his. And he talked about, you know, he's more of a red wine guy, and he smoked cigarettes and all that stuff. But he had Maker's Mark. He was grilling some steaks in his Ohio home. Had a group of friends come over, and they had Maker's Mark on the table, and everybody's having a good time talking, and you know, just the stories they were talking about this, you know, about the bourbon and whatnot. So, but As far as yeah, so real, but real cool guy, John Boehner. Despite his pop, whatever, seems like a real cool guy to.
And I don't think I think John Boehner is a lot like Nancy Pelosi, right? That they're not much into drinking, right? They don't care about
Nancy Pelosi.
I guess not.
Because I've never turned on the television and seen an interview with John Boehner or Nancy Pelosi where they seem like they might have had a little before the interview.
a little dalliance, you mean? Mm-hmm.
They had a video on YouTube where Nancy Pelosi talking word salad, like nobody could understand what she was trying to say, and then they showed the old comedian Professor Irwin Corey, who his gimmick, his act was to talk talk nonsense and just put big words together, and it was funny. Nancy Pelosi was serious about not making any sense. To others.
She was no Joe Biden, in other words.
Yeah, she was like, she was like, it was word salad. She was just blurting out.
No Joe Biden. He's always got command of the language.
So this coming weekend, Jay, I will be joining you Sunday for Super Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. We'll bring beer, liquor, wine, water, whatever. Bring that. And of course, I will be away next week. I will return back to the state of Georgia. I'm headed to New Jersey, spend time with family, and I will return on July 5th. So that would be, July 5th is a Wednesday. So I guess July 5th, what are we doing? July 5th, Wednesday is what? What's the theme?
Joker's Wild Wednesday.
Okay, because it's the first. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So I'll bring something. I got 2 more beers to review. I got the as I showed you on Wednesday night, I got the KBS chocolate cherry and stout, and I have the from
Hey,
Wild.
Jordy.
What did we say, James?
Jordy
No, I just said, hey, Jordy.
Okay.
Jordy was telling James hello.
I got the Wild Leap, whatever IPA I showed you the other day, and so those are the 2 beers I'm going to review before I wrap up. I probably won't be doing. I'll do something while I'm up there in New Jersey. I'll find something, find a corner, find a little spot to do a review, and whatever. But that'll be it. And I say, all of you, if you don't see me, enjoy your 4th of July. I know it sucks. It's in the middle of the week. It should have been on a weekend, but it is what it is. So if you are doing events this coming weekend, please be safe. Stay alert. Don't overdo it, and have fun.
Right. Oh, and one more thing real fast about Biden. He was saying the other day, I guess he got a little mixed up because we all do that sometimes. He said, we're going to build a railroad across the Pacific Ocean and across the Indian Ocean all the way to Africa.
What?
I was like, a railroad from California across the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean to Africa. Well, that'll be quite an accomplishment.
They have a lousy rail system right here in the United States, and he's worried about trans-ocean rails.
I'd like to see how that could actually be built, Get
the high speed rails and light rails here before anything.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
In the park, every day's the 4th of July. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a 97% out of 100. I was that impressed. I'm going to save what I have in here and what I have in here for the organic dark roast Peruvian coffee tomorrow. And
Hey, James, quick question. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How is your journey of finding things in Jersey in terms of liquor?
Terrible. Even if I have Drizzly deliver it from other towns, very limited.
You're in where? You're in Hackensack, right?
Well, I'm still in Bergen County. I'm
Bergen
in
County.
I'm in Edgewater now. I'm by the Hudson River.
So all these package stores in around Edgewater, nothing.
They got stuff, but they're they order the same things all the time. Like for
You
instance,
want something different. Right.
they don't
Like the one, like
have-
for example, like the one that Elbo's drinking. Were you the one that Elbo's drinking? Would you find that where you are?
I could find Midori, yeah. Well, I could go to Mitsuya. There's a big Japanese market here, and I could they have like a lot of all the Japanese liquors are there, and
The problem is you might go bankrupt trying to do it.
yeah, I want to try the hard liquor. Well, I don't even know if it's hard liquor, but it's I think it is. It's a Japanese liquor made from sweet potato and rice. I want to try that, and they have so many different brands of sake, of course. You know, plum wine and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, we don't have like the Total Wine but the laws in New Jersey, only a few stores have liquor departments. Like for instance, Trader Joe's. I think there's only 2 or 3 in the state that have liquor. It's just like it's almost like one of those dry holy roller 1-horse towns. You know, it's where they don't they put a damper on booze. We just don't. I wish every department store and supermarket had a liquor department like other states, but no, we don't. And I already reviewed most of what I found in the stores on Ronald's show already. I'm not gonna be buying tequila or whiskey that's like a couple $100. So like a large bottle. If they had small bottles, I would get them. But then again, the small airline bottles, it's the same ones all the time.
Same old stuff, yeah. And I don't want people to think I'm going out there laying down big money. I'm always finding, I'm always running across these deals,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I was back in my hometown, back in Lodi, I could go to that big liquor store that I used to go to, where you used to mention that every time I go in there, I video when I take a stroll.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They had it's next to a Polish community, a large Polish community. So like they had every Eastern European liquor that you can think of. So many brands, and his airline bottle section, he was smart. He put it in front of the cashiers, and it was huge. It was huge. But eventually, I would have exhausted the airline bottles and ran out of material. It's like a comedian telling the same jokes over and over. I just can't. I don't want anybody throwing up to my face. Somebody did that. I reviewed the same thing more than once. I know who it is, but yeah, I don't want anybody to say, "Hey, you already reviewed that."
Oh well, who cares? Forget them.
Yeah. It's
Why don't they make a video? Why don't they make a video channel?
well, the person is very well known and very active already with something that goes on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay, well, never mind then.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But anyway, so I do the best I can. Like I found this one that I don't think I ever had it today, and I have another one for next Fandango Friday. I have another one that I never had before.
Right. Well, I don't care if people do revisits from time to time, but now Elbo's been waiting patiently. Do you have any promos or anything? James, you have any promos?
Oh yeah, Progressive Discussions is still Sundays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's been going well. And that's pretty much it.
Let me just say, James, I'm just happy to see you, man, brother. Much love to you.
Thank you, sir. And that's a very robust looking cigar. I mean, that's a real alpha male, thick cigar.
Yes.
Yes, and and I'll let you know when I'm going to do the first show with Paul Anthony Mantia with his tie-dye fashion and music.
Okay. I remember when Archie Bunker told Edith, "These are dollar cigars."
I saw that episode. Yes,
he used to smoke cigars all the time.
But he was impressed because the guy sent him dollar cigars. These are dollar cigars.
The best food in the world, Archie said, is your hero sandwich. You got the meats is in there. You got the cheeses is in there. You got the tomatoes. What?
He was
great TV show. Go ahead.
All right, now, Jay. All right, now, Elbow.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, I am pleasantly surprised. This is my first taste of a Midori sour or a Midori of any kind, and it's going down easy. It's really tasty. A little tart, little sweetness. It's different. It's very good. I'd give it a 90. I'd give it an A. I wouldn't have a problem with drinking more of these or getting it again.
A Elbow, quick question. Would it be what if say someone decides to bought it and decides to infuse it with something like, whatever,
Yeah, sure. You could customize it on your own because it's a good base.
Right.
I mean, it's tasty as it is. And then if you want to add a little extra, I don't know, vodka or lime to it, sure, why not? But anyway, I forgot to mention the price. This was $10.99 at Total Wine.
It's pretty good.
So I can get 3 drinks out of this size, the 375 milliliter. And so most of these on the rocks, this size are about between 10 and 12. This one was 11. And again, I'd give it a 90. I would recommend it. It's very tasty. If you want something different, I would recommend it. And as far as promos, I get a little channel, the same name there, Elbow 88, where I do some music stuff, and I also post some beverage reviews. Recently, I just posted a review of this, the Bullet Old Fashioned cocktail. In fact, I was going to bring this in today, but I ended up finishing it last night. So,
oh man.
So anyway, I had this in the fridge, so I'm ready with something there for Friday. So anyway, cheers, guys. I hope you all have a great weekend. And also, Ron, we're going to see the College World Series here. That'll be coming up. LSU in Florida. So we'll see how that goes.
Louisiana State University and Florida, two long-time rivals in the same conference, now facing off for the national championship.
Yeah.
Before James,
I wish the series would be the best of 7 instead of best of 3.
Oh well, I mean they can't because they're all out of school anyway. And secondly, the Major League Baseball draft is coming up, so they got to get it over so they can start drafting the players. All right, now as far as
the pitcher for LSU, they're saying that he's a pretty good prospect.
Paul Scanes. Yeah, they say he probably won't even play in the minor leagues, but for a few months, and then he'll be off to the majors. But we'll see about that. Now, before James closes us out with his expert closeout, I will say that I've got a good deal on a product recently at Albertson's grocery store.
J. Brandt
Amaretto. Oh, Amaretto. Yeah.
That's another kind of similar to something you pour in your coffee too, right?
Yeah, but I never had amaretto in my life. And they're showing
Almonds.
almonds. My friend David said amaretto. Oh, women love amaretto. That's what he said. Amaretto, women love that. I said, what do you mean? He said, oh, they always put it in coffee and stuff. So I'm curious to try it. This is a full size bottle. It's not a 375. It's a 750. And they had this on sale at Albertsons. Anybody want to guess the price?
$3.99.
Well, it wasn't that good of a deal. It was $4.99.
Wow.
But to me, that's a good deal. $4.99.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bottle. That's a nice size bottle.
$7.50. Yeah.
J. Brandt. There's all kind of J. Brandt liqueurs. And I found out, the Brandt family in Louisiana is very well connected with the Sazerac people because they're all in the Rex Parade together and everything. So this name is not an accident. It's probably his legal counsel, and he named the product after him. But yes, I have to admit it is a Sazerac brand, believe it or not. And talking about Sazerac, I bought this bottle from our friend David. I'm going to give it to him tomorrow if he comes over here.
10
Oh
high.
my God.
10 high.
10 high.
I mean, ever since I did that 10 high, brought everybody, you guys have been, it's been like, wow. I didn't know.
Well, he was showing me he was showing me a bottle that was almost empty, and he said 10 high. That stuff's pretty good. So I knew they had a couple of bottles left at Mathern's, and I got this sour mash blended bourbon full size bottle.
That's a different label than the one that I bought, right?
This is the old label. This is a leftover from like 12 years ago. It is in perfect condition. It's the old recipe, sour mash. And I got this thing, full size bottle. Today I got it for $9.99.
Wow.
The price has not gone up in 12 years. The price has not gone up. So he'll appreciate it.
I was trying to find that White House, the one that you guys were talking.
Oh, White Horse.
White Horse. Excuse me. I'm trying to find it. Couldn't find it at the spot where I got the Maker's Mark.
I'm afraid White Horse is very rare, and I can only find it at one store in Louisiana. But I hope David comes over tomorrow so he could try that out. I can give him that full size bottle of 10 high sour mash. Here's one. Oh, here's Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Prima donna. Okay, well that's a remark from maybe a person that wasn't being positive. But Alex probably doesn't understand what they're going at with that. But
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex.
He's innocent.
I'm gonna hopefully get a chance to see you when I'm up in Jersey.
yeah, you ought to go see Alex. He would really appreciate it. But he's in South Jersey now. You're gonna be a long way.
I'll probably do the train thing in South Jersey. So
Yeah, he's near Philly. He's in
Philadelphia,
near
yeah.
Cherry Hill.
yeah,
he's supposed
which
to
would
go
be
there.
the New Jersey Transit and the SEPTA, which when I get off in Trenton or Princeton, take the SEPTA to get to Cherry Hill. So
Yeah, he's around there.
yeah, that's not a hop and a skip. That's a good ride from Montclair, New Jersey, to get to Cherry Hill.
Yeah, Montclair, you're not that far from Route 3, actually.
Not far.
If you took Washington Ave, yeah, I think it goes to Route 3.
Yep.
And then eventually goes into Clifton
Yep.
by Allwood Road,
Yep.
where Social Security Administration. Yeah, Route 3. Social Security. Some old man says, "Don't touch."
Which, by the way, they closed the Montclair location now. The Social Security now is someplace. I don't know what it is right now. So I don't know where it is right now. I think they turned into a restaurant, or whatever. But I think they moved that location.
I like the restaurants on Washington Ave. They got some nice restaurants in Montclair, Washington
Yes.
Ave. Yeah. There's in West Orange. There's it's probably been there for a while. Whole Foods that they opened up in West.
Yeah,
Orange.
Montclair. The Whole Foods in Montclair. Yes, They don't sell wine or beer, but they sell everything good stuff there at Whole Foods.
Oh, they never closed down that Whole Foods on Washington Ave because I know
No, the one on Bloomfield Avenue in it used to be a bowling alley, but the one on Bloomfield Avenue, the Whole Foods, that's still there.
Bloomfield Ave, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say
Washington Avenue? Yes, I know what Washington Avenue. Yeah, I know that Washington Avenue.
Yeah, Bloomfield Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into Bloomfield.
Yeah.
You know, and then eventually into Newark.
From Bloomfield Avenue goes from Verona. So, excuse me, goes from Caldwell all the way through Newark. You're absolutely right.
I'd like to visit beautiful Newark one day, but I haven't ever.
You know what you would love, Ronald? If you visit beautiful, the only beautiful Newark that I know of is the Ironbound section by Penn Station.
Yes. Good restaurants.
Ferry Street. My favorite barbecue place. All the Brazilians hang out there. Boi na Brasa. It's one Merchant Street, Newark, and they had like famous MMA fighters in there. They had entertainment on the weekends, you know, band, singing, and the best nonstop, Ronald. They just keep on bringing you all this meat on rotisserie.
And they cut it for you. Cut it right in front of you. You eat that.
Oh yeah,
Nice
sounds
size
like
salad.
my kind of thing. Yeah.
They cut it
Also,
right into. Yeah.
Also, there's another spot there called Krugs, Krugs, which is a little bar, hole-in-the-wall bar, but their burgers are without question the best.
Krugs, the Newark. I'll have to look that up. All right, now James is going to close this out with a musical accompaniment.
And the Riviera Bakery on Ferry Street. They have everything there looks like flan, you know, egg custard. It's all like, because there's a lot of Portuguese people and Brazilians too. Today's dinner is not meat. I'm making hot and spicy fried whiting fillet over brown rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, I'll see
Sounds
you
good,
next
James.
Friday. Thank you. Happy days are here again.
Good job. And, good job. And thanks for joining us, James. And we'll see you next Friday, right?
Yes.
Good night,
Awesome.
America. Good night,
Right.
world.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
Good night,
Bye.
sweet.